I will change the question a little bit, Jim, because we usually ask if you were king of tennis. And in this case, I will ask if you were the Dark Lord of
We're
tennis
talking.
and could
There we go.
snap your fingers and change anything, is there anything you would do or change?
Yes, I like it. The Emperor, the Dark Lord, Voldemort, any of those are great with me. I thought about this and I didn't like the question at first. I think I sent Bobby thinking, I don't like that question, but now I like the question better because I have an answer that I want kids to want to be pro tennis players again. I want kids and communities to say, I want to be, like that person. I want to be Serena Williams. I want to be Francis Tiafoe. I want to be Ben Shelton. I want to be Madison Keys. What a great story Madison is. My goodness, what an incredible story that is. And I'm seeing less and less evidence. And I don't know what it's like in other sports, but the world's too pragmatic sometimes. Like as a 10, 11, 12-year old, you want to be the best in the world. I can't tell you how many Wimbledons I won on the wall in a third set or five-set tiebreak, all against the wall. I mean, I imagine myself in that position every time. I don't think you can get greatness without that kind of ambition. So for us to continue to and to get back, and I think in a lot of ways USTA has done a really good job. I know I'm touting USTA. You guys hear that, USTA? Done a really good job through the high performance program, and we're seeing all the results of the Americans in the top again. But I want to see more of these junior players not being pragmatic and saying, oh, I'm 12, but by the time I'm 18, I want to play college tennis. How about you want to play on the pro tour and travel around, go to Paris and go to England and stuff. Like we've got to create a culture and an environment and a character set for these kids that they realize that's possible. And not only that, it's fun. It's an amazing journey. And frankly, as coaches, the destination is never the most important thing. It's always the road. It's always the path they take. You're married to the road as a coach. You hope the kid's married to their destination, but it's your job, my job, to make sure the road is the key. What they learn on the way, how they wake up. A favorite question is, how do you get up in the morning? And kids laugh at me because I'm old mostly and fat. But at the end of the day, the answer is you tie your shoes like an athlete. That's how you get up in the morning, tie your shoes like an athlete. And I just don't know that our kids are waking up like that anymore, like we used to. And I want them to know that that's a possibility. You can get there. Quit making your kid pragmatic at 12 years old, and let's go for the dreamers.
Bobby, you know I'm going to push back.
Go. How do you do it?
There you go. How? All right, Dark Lord. How are you going to get kids to do this? How are you going to make tennis cool again? How do you, as the Dark Lord of tennis, inject some ambition into these kids?
Yeah, and it's not up to any one Dark Lord, is it? I think it's up to our industry in a lot of ways, and everybody wants to be critical of the industry, right? So change always happens at home. Be a good example, set a good example, teach things the right way. Quit using those catchy cliches. It's chess, not checkers. Hit it where they ain't. Just be quiet. Teach it right. Give them an environment where kids want to show up every day and compete. Show them how it is to get better. Show them things are possible. ATP players, WTA players, ITF players doing a better job of getting in front of the kids and making things accessible. The Western, Southern, U.S. Open. We got to make sure in the industry that these kids have access to these players more, like F1, where you walk around in the compounds, or NASCAR, you walk around in the compounds and things like that. You get to see the paddocks and talk with the players is pretty neat. We need to make sure that the industry is helping us do that, but it starts at home. It starts with academies like, hey, let's go to. I think we took a group of kids down to see Georgia Tech last month. It was really cold. Like I'm not going to hit outside. We actually didn't hit outside that day, Bobby. I think it was 20 degrees. It was miserable. And I'm like, we'd be better served. And the kids loved it. Watch it. A bunch of them had never seen a college tennis match. Um, we have to quit pointing the fingers at the industry and be individual versions of the change, personal advocates of what needs to happen instead of looking at USTA or ATP or WTA or PTR, RSPA and tell them they have to do this, they have to do that. It's not a they thing, it's a we thing. And if that's if the problem is getting kids to believe they can do it and be a part of that, we have to collectively be on the same page. Quit competing with other people, start competing with yourself, and try a little harder.
So he's not the Dark Lord, he's the Gandhi of tennis.
Redneck Gandhi.
We want you to be the change you want to see in the industry. It starts at home. I like that a lot, Jim. Thanks.